All right, let's do the 2025 shop tour. I rearranged this twice. I think this is the configuration I'm going with, but before I had a big black rolling shelf that rolled there. That rug was on that side, and stuff just wasn't quite as organized. But so let's start here. This is my cabinet bank for the tools and sustainers. I have brackets, 3D printed little brackets that pull out on the Assist 3s, Sustainer 3s system, because it has built-in rails. And on these Tano sustainers, you just kind of pull up and out. Just a nice little spot to stop everything. And that's the beauty of this. There's an upper section where I can keep stuff at the very top. And in the corner section over here, I can put my long items like things like the levels and everything else. And then I've got my first aid kit and my little marking stuff. And then these are general things I need that are kind of in boxes that need to be organized so that by the time I get around to them, I don't have to worry about them. I need to close this, so we'll do that. This is my storage workbench. It's 4 feet by 3 feet. Last couple weeks I've been doing a lot around the shop, so I 3D printed all of these, and this is like essentially aluminum extrusion. Not exactly the same as T-Track, but pretty close. So I have some little pop-in pieces with some bolts in, which is great. I have a bunch of stuff out now. Some of it I need to clean up because putting together the rest of the day bed. But as you can see, tools and things like that. I built the upper part, which is on the wall with a cleat, and has actually a wonderful space to store wood scraps. I don't ever keep a bunch of scraps, so I didn't really need anything substantial. And if I really do, I'm gonna build a second cabinet here for my 3D printers and stuff here that will be about 6 feet and will take up the rest of most of that wall space, so that we have a beautiful space there. This table usually does not have a big heavy item on it. It usually sits over here and can stack them all up, and the table saw folds up so that this makes it nice and neat and kind of keeps this stuff on this side of the room, but still gives me plenty of room to operate. And as you can see, with having a tall, everything in the bank of cabinets here, it makes it really nice. I have some drawers at the bottom here and a little space down there for charging. So everything is kind of contained to this quadrant of the room. And finally, my Festool finally has a home where it can live and breathe and use these expensive extension wings to be able to act as a stop block or really just be out here. A couple upgrades I made to this table, because this is my assembly table slash main table slash will always be my router table. I'm gonna get a spot that flips up and has a router piece. So I need to get a router that goes into here specifically so that it'll always be there. But I have my bench dogs kind of set up. This is a 20 millimeter MFT table, essentially a really big one. I got it custom from Framing Tech a couple years ago after watching Blacktail Studios. Shout out Blacktail Studios. And I'm able to now kind of do everything I need to with this. I got a guy who doesn't do these anymore, but he cut this custom top for me, which is great, on the CNC. And on the other side, I have a lot of my Festool clamps. I don't have any Festool track saws, but that, and here's my writing instruments and stuff to mark and measure and do all of that, as well as some lead right there. And yeah, I have these little pockets in this table, which are great to put hardware and stuff and still use the table. So this is pretty much it. I got some new bench dogs from Hooked on Wood and Hung Dewey that come up and can act as nice stops at the end if I can ever get this little magnet up. Do I not have nails in this hand? Good Lord. So it's nice to be able to do stuff and have built-in corner squares. So I need to buy 3 more sets so that I have all the stuff I need for that. But yeah, this is a shop. It is rather nice. About 2 weeks, last couple weeks, I've been building these cabinets out for this, sizing everything, 3D printing all these drawer slides here, and making it so that I now have space over here to do everything. The nice part about this wall is I still have space under here to build another 8-foot cabinet like this, the exact same, connect them together, and have more Festool tools should I ever need that. But this gives me enough room, and I say should I ever need that, I will be buying more eventually. But this gives me plenty of room. And on this side, once this is moved out the way and delivered, this whole side of the room now, because this is about a 32 by almost 17-foot room. It might be 33 feet. It's a big room. So you can hear the echo. This was always supposed to be the dining room side. This will come off the wall, and I will build out the rest of everything else that has to do with anything over here. So I'm pretty excited to be able to do that, because now I can have a banquette and some space and storage. That's the router table that has to be kind of cut and built out and everything else. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm pretty excited. It's nice and compact. After years of building this out, this table came from Fast Tech. They also make aluminum extrusion custom pieces. So this is great. Everything that I wanted, everything I worked for over the years to build out stuff, I'm gonna do a lot of rebuilds of cabinets like that one over there. These are fun, these are shop cabinets. One day I'll go through some of my favorite tools. This is my new Hooked on Wood Handui, like square, T-square. It is fantastic because it has these little inserts for drilling, and we used it a lot yesterday, me and my friend, to actually put the threaded inserts in location and line everything up, and you know, drill straight holes. And I can come here and change this so that like I can move that up and down, which is perfect for doing a lot of different work that needs to happen with these kind of things. And then you've got different bushings for different hole sizes. So it's been great to actually have all of this and be actually able to use it. Before, everything was kind of all over the place. It wasn't really cramped or anything. It was just not where it kind of needed to be. And now that it is, I can effectively use it. We had all kinds of tools out yesterday, just in this space. You know, we were able to have a separate space to do stuff. And even if I put all the stuff here and still had all of this kind of in that area, it's still in this area, this can still be folded up. It doesn't impede anything. So this is the shop tour. I'm very excited about that. And yeah, we'll talk soon.